This week on Gaia.
In my opinion, ancient structures were made by humans, not by the extraterrestrials, but it was the extraterrestrials who guided them, who teach them, who give them the knowledge how to do it. But all the dirty job, we did it. And why have they done it? Simply for us. The extraterrestrials, they knew, of course, that these gigantic stone monuments would survive for thousands and thousands of years. So in the far future, humans will see these stone structures and they will ask the same questions as we ask today.
What was that white, chalky material that seems to be enveloped all over this body?
We found, after analyzing this in a laboratory here in the United States, that is diatomaceous earth, which is
a powdery substance that the planet has. It is used for a number of things, including filtration for water systems.
Exactly, and insecticide. This compound also desiccates the bodies. That's why we think that these bodies were buried into that kind of material.
It's like a preservative, isn't it?
Exactly, exactly.
The American Military High Command knew more than a week in advance that the Pacific Fleet at Pearl Harbor would be the target. This was because American naval intelligence had cracked the Japanese naval codes back in 1940, more than a year before the attack that killed over 2,000 American servicemen. Stinnett showed that the establishment explanation of Pearl Harbor, that Americans didn't know where the Japanese would attack, he showed all of that to be false.
From the information I've received, the deep state is in a place right now where they're about to pull a few operations to remove some of the leadership that the alliance has seeded into the United States.
These people in the government that Pete is talking to do not necessarily believe in ascension. Their conclusion is that they have to go into underground bases. And one of the really interesting pieces of intel that I heard very recently is that they are now pumping out vast underground caverns and more facilities to handle more people.
The Terminator series is one of the most fascinating examples of predictive programming, especially when we think about the fact that it premiered in the 80s. And what's neat about that is that most people in the 80s had not really had this idea of an internet or what was coming. However, there were a lot of films, and in particular the Terminator series, which encapsulated this prediction of a coming, not just interlinked computer network, but the actual idea of AI and a giant space-based Skynet network.
When I saw that all the information that was there buried in the Sumerian tablets and what it meant for us as human beings, as a woman, I said, no, I have to get into it, study it in depth, and I have to say something about it.